Hello and welcome to your Zoomers in Balance workout. My name is Crystal Grant. I want you to work at your own pace in your pain-free range, whatever that means for you today. Make sure you have a chair, something sturdy for balance. If you're at home, you can use a countertop or maybe a sofa, something like that. Just something sturdy. And we also will be doing some exercises in a chair. So if you have a chair handy or you're, a firm sofa or something like that that you can sit down into, that's great. Other equipment that we will be using is a long stretchy band, kind of like this, to kind of stretch out. We will be using that to work some of our muscles, our upper body muscles. And then if you want, you can also use dumbbells. A pair of dumbbells, you can use water bottles, something that has a little bit of weight to it if you want to add load today. Now, if you're just starting out with Zoomers, I recommend not using any equipment at all and just kind of seeing how your body feels and how it adapts to today's workout. Just see how it feels, and then you can add load from there. So if this is your first time, maybe don't add the resistance today, and then another time that you come back to this workout, you can go ahead and use some equipment if you wish. I always say start, lighter, and then see how that feels and progress from there. Don't forget to sip water. I have water nearby, so sip it whenever you need to. You can play your own music in the background if you wish. We're gonna start with a warm-up, and if you ever need the chair for balance at any time, go ahead and use it. You don't have to add in the arms. And I always say, on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being you're laying in bed, 10 being you're putting forth your maximum effort, work at about a 4 to 7 range. And if you get higher than that 7, slow things down, make the movement smaller. You can always come back to a light march. Just kind of take it back down to where you're comfortable again. When we talk about balance, there's some things that you can keep in mind. So our sturdiest position is with our feet about hip width apart or shoulder width apart. That's our sturdiest position. So it's not challenging my balance just standing here in this position. So we want to challenge our balance, and we want it to be challenging, somewhat challenging. So you want to be at a 5 or 6 on that scale from 1 to 10. So if that means bringing your feet in a little bit closer, that can be a challenge for your balance. You figure out what the challenge is for you. So I'll give you a few examples. You can bring your feet in a little closer. You can put one foot in front of the other, kind of in a staggered stance. You can also put one right in front of the other. That's called our tandem stance. Already you can see that's challenging my balance. And then there is, you can put most of your weight on one foot, kind of tap down with the other leg. That will challenge your balance as well. And then there's always one leg, and as you can see, I'm really off balance here. So that's challenging me quite a bit. So those are your different levels of challenging your balance. And also, hand on the chair. You can hold the chair with your whole hand, maybe 1 or 2 fingers on that chair. That will challenge your balance a little bit more. And then hover your hand above the chair. Of course, you're not holding the chair for balance, so that's another way to challenge. So all kinds of different ways to challenge your balance there. That's my blurb for today. We're gonna start with the warm-up. I'm gonna just put some music on for me. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to hear it, but if you can't hear it, just put some music on for yourself. We're just gonna start with a march. So remember, on that scale from 1 to 10, you're gonna be in a 4 to 7 range. You can slow things down. If this is too fast of a march for you, just slow it down. You work at your pace. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Shoulders down, relaxed. We're gonna start with toe taps forward. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Just tap the floor in front of you. I'm gonna add in some arms here, but you don't have to add in the arms right away if you're not comfortable. You can just let them do what they wanna do. Good. All right, we're gonna take our feet out to the side, left and right next. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Out to the side, left and right. Just kind of alternating that tap with the foot, left and right. Can you guess where we're taking it next? We're tapping the floor behind us. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap the floor behind. Arms are pressing back, warming up the triceps here of the arms. And of course, your lower body. Keeping the belly button pulled in toward your spine. That will engage your core. Good. And just keep breathing. We're going to take the feet back to the front for heel digs. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heel digs to the front. Bicep curls with the arms now. Again, you're welcome to use a chair if you need it for balance. Just do the legs. We're going to take it back to a march. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. March it out. Good. Reassess. See how you're feeling on that scale from 1 to 10. Take your feet a little bit wider now. Just marching here. We're going to start toe tapping. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap and tap. Just kind of shifting your weight away from that foot that's tapping. You want to add in the arms, punching across the chest. Again, think about zipping up a really tight pair of jeans. That will engage your core. Make sure your core is engaged. Hamstring curls are coming up next. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hamstring curls. So the heel is coming up toward your butt here. Try to keep your knee underneath your hip, like you're trying to kick your own butt. Good job. Upright rows with the arms. You can kind of squeeze your shoulder blades back there a little bit. We're going to bring the knees up in front. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees up in front. And of course, we're still warming up, so whatever height feels best for you with those knee lifts is good. Think about how you're feeling on that scale from 1 to 10. We're going to take it back to a march. 4, 3, 2, and 1. March it out. Great job. All right, we're going to move sideways, side to side, in 4, 3, 2, to the right. Right and left. Right and left. Out together with those legs. I'm just bringing my elbows into my rib cage here. Warming up the upper back. Great job. All right, let's take 2 steps to the right and 2 to the left. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Maybe to the left first. And right. Left, right. Good. How are you feeling? Pulling along that imaginary rope. Let's try 2 more, one in each direction. Last one, and march it out. Nice deep breath, in and out. All right, we're going to try a V step next. So it's a wide step forward, narrow step back, and we're just going to take it slow at first. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Wide, wide, narrow. I'll try to show you from the side. Taking step forward, back, back. I'm going wide, wide as I go forward. Come back narrow. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. And then you take it, whatever speed feels best for you. You don't have to add in the arms. You can kind of do whatever you want. Get a little funky here. Keep on breathing. 2 more. Last one. March it out here. And we're just gonna switch the lead leg. So I was leading with my left. Now I'm gonna lead with my right. Same thing, wide, wide, narrow, narrow. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Leading with the right leg this time. Good. Keep on breathing. Coming forward, wide, wide, narrow, narrow. You're making a V on the floor. If you had kind of chalk on the bottom of your feet, you would be seeing a V on your floor right now. And just whatever speed feels best for you. Again, you can play with the arms, drive the bus. Couple more. Last one, and march from here. March, march. Great job. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Good. I'm turning it sideways. You don't have to turn sideways. We're going to bring those heels up to the butt again for hamstrings. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heel up toward the butt. All right. I'm going to give you a little combo here. Single, single, doubles. So we're going to do a single, and then a single, and then 2 on one leg. It's going to be an up, tap, down, up. 4, 3, 2, 1. So here's a single, single, 2 right here. 1, 2. Single, single, 2 on this side. 1, 2. Good. Single, single, 2. Single, single, 2 right here. Let's try 4 more. 2 right here. 2 right here. Just a up, tap, down, up. Up, tap, down, up. Good. 1 more. Up, tap, down, up, and march it out. Ooh, you should feel that on the side of your booty here, side of your thighs. We're going to bring the knees up in front one last time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees up. You can start bringing the arms up higher if you want to. Don't have to. All right, let's try a single, single, double. Single, single, 2. 1, tap down, 2. Good. Single, single, 2. 1, 2. Single, single, 2. 1, 2. Single, single, 2 right here. 1, 2. Good. 4 more. 2 here. 1, 2. 2 here. 1, 2. Single, single. 2, 1, 2. Single, single. 2 right here. And march. Ooh, those quads are burning. Keep on breathing. All right, we're just gonna walk forward and back. 4, 3, 2, with whatever space you have. Walk forward, walk back. Walk forward, walk back. You can kind of move around your room a little bit. Forward, back. Forward, back. 1 more. Forward, and back. March it out. Nice deep breaths, in and out. And we're gonna slow things down. Just kind of move side to side now. A little bit slower. I've really slowed it down. So slow down your feet here, but don't stop altogether. You can have a sip of water. Try to keep the legs moving a little bit. And we're going to get into some mobility just before we start our strength training and the balance work. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Just kind of move side to side. Maybe heel digs here, maybe a light march. Walk around your room. Good. We're going to get some shoulder mobility work in here. So we're just going to move our shoulders or the whole arm. Remember, work within your pain-free range today. So I'm going to start. You can start with shoulder rolls back. But if your shoulders are feeling great today, Let's just go with the whole arm up, back, and around. Nice and slow and controlled. We want to try to work within our full range of motion, but the pain-free range. So just keep it pain-free, whatever range that is for you. Last one here. Now we're just going to take it forward. So I'm going to show you, start out with the shoulders. See how your shoulders are feeling. We're rolling them forward. If they're feeling great, you can try that whole arm back, up and around within your pain-free range of motion. Just trying to keep that range of motion. Good. This is good mobility work here. And last one. All right, we're going to bring the arms up for a Y. So up, try to get your bicep beside your ear, or even push it back a little bit further. Then out to a Y. Then we're going to pull our elbows down, squeeze the shoulder blades into a W, flip our hands over to a T. So hands are facing the floor here. So I, Y, pull down to a W, T. I, Y, keep pushing toward the back, squeeze, and T. I, Y, W, T. Let's just try one more. I know your shoulders are probably burning. I, Y, W, and T. Great job. Shake that out. All right, let's just do some wrist circles here. We're going to be holding our band and holding the weights if you are using those today. So we want to get our wrists ready for that. Other direction. Circles in the other direction. Great job. Keep on breathing here. All right. Touch each finger. Actually, let's play the piano first. Get all those fingers moving. So even your thumbs, don't forget about the thumbs. Wiggle those thumbs. Touch each finger to your thumb. Try opposite hand doing the opposite fingers. That's some mind-body connection here. Good. And shake that out. We're going to get our hips moving here. So feet about hip width apart, maybe shoulder width apart. We're kicking our hip out to the side, to the front, to the other side, and then to the back. And then we're just going to make that motion nice and smooth. Legs are relatively straight here. If you need a little bend in the knees, that's okay. Upper body is kind of going in the opposite direction of the hips. Last one in this direction. And then we are just kicking it out, starting to go in the other direction. So opposite direction here. Just keep breathing, nice and even. Couple more. Nice and smooth. And good, rest. All right, we have our little kick out with our scoops. So we're just gonna kick a heel out, heel down. Gonna sit the hips back or kind of hinge them back. Reach toward the floor like you're scooping something. Bring it in toward you. Other leg now. Kick the heel out, hips go back, scoop toward the floor. You don't have to reach the floor. We're just doing opposite legs or alternating legs here. Heel out, hips go back, scoop. Heel out, hips go back. Should feel a nice stretch in the back of your legs here. Keep on breathing. Let's try one more each side. Last one. Great job. All right, we are just going to get a little bit of shin warmed up here. Bringing one toe up, then the other toe up. Just kind of bringing those toes up toward your face, up toward your knee. Keep on breathing. Great job. Let's try one more each side. And now we're just going to come up onto the tippy toes. If you need a chair, be my guest. Hold on to that chair, up onto the tippy toes, down. Up onto the tippy toes, down. Up, down. Up, down. Keep on breathing here. Come up under that big toe as much as you can. Let's try 2 more. Last one. And rest. All right, we're going to get started with our kind of our muscle training or our strength training portion here, along with balance. So bring your chair out. And if this is your very first time doing this workout, the first exercise, we're just going to have our feet pointing straight ahead, or if it feels better, you can kind of bring them out to the side a little bit. It feels better for me to have my legs straight ahead, and I'm just sitting down into the chair and standing back up. Now just make sure your knees, we're not going to start yet, I'm going to start a timer, so just think about, see what feels best in your body, whether you need to point your toes out, but if you are pointing your toes out, your knees are going in line with your second and third toe. So if your knees are kind of staying straight, keep your feet straight. If you find your knees are kind of going out a little bit, then you can always bring your feet out a little bit. All right, now that's exercise 1. If you have been doing these exercises for a while, we're gonna have most of our weight on one leg and tap down on the other leg. I'm just kind of bringing one leg back, or one foot back parallel with my heel of my front foot, and I'm on my tiptoe, and then I'm still gonna sit down into that chair and stand back up. You can add load to this if you want to. You don't have to. All right, so that's our first exercise. I'm gonna find my timer. We're gonna do 40 seconds at a time. So, 40 seconds at a time on one leg, then the other leg. If you're doing both legs, then you're just going to slowly do both legs, slowly lower down into the chair, and then stand back up. You're gonna hear a whistle. That's our cue to kind of start. So I have one leg kind of tapped back here. My toe is down. Most of my weight is on that front leg. Sitting down into the chair, standing up with a little bit more power. Try to see if you can control on the way down into that chair. Stand up with power. Control, control, control. Chest is staying lifted here. I should be able to read your shirt, your t-shirt. And rest. Great job. All right, if you were doing both legs at the same time, you're welcome to just do both legs again. We're gonna switch over. If you're doing one leg kind of tippy-toed on the other, then we're gonna switch to the other leg now. So I have my tippy toe down on my other leg. My weight is on the other leg this time. Slowly lowering into that chair. Press through your whole foot to stand up. Slowly lower. Really try to spread out your toes. Get onto your big toe, little toe, and your heel. Keep on breathing. So as you can see, I have some load in my hand here. So if you want to add a little bit of load, you're certainly welcome, but not necessary if you're just trying to learn these moves. Keep on breathing. Great job. One last one, and rest. All right, I'm just gonna set down my weights. We're gonna turn the chair sideways. We're gonna be lifting one leg out to the side. So I'm gonna stand on the leg that's closest to the chair, bending the other leg, sending it a little bit back, and then lifting it out to the side, coming back in slow and controlled. Out to the side, come back in slow and controlled. And you can add a weight here on the side of your leg so that, you know, you're causing this muscle to work even harder. Remember, we want to keep our upper body straight up toward the ceiling. We don't want to lean over here. We want our leg doing the work. Out to the side, almost to the back corner of the room, back in. And then see how much weight that you need to put on that hand that's on the chair. Rest. All right, that was 40 seconds on one leg. We're going to the other leg. Switching the chair over to the other side. You can just turn around if you want to. So the leg that's closest to the chair is the one we're standing on. We're bending the other leg. Heel comes up behind us. Push the leg just back just a teeny bit. And now we're lifting out to the side and back in with control. Out to the side, hold for a second, back in with control. Good. Out to the side, back in with control. I'm almost trying to push my knee back to that back corner. Not quite. Can't quite get it to the back corner of the room. That leg that you're standing on, have a slight bend in the knee. Again, see how much pressure you need with this hand that's on the chair. Try not to put too much pressure into it. We want to stand up nice and straight and tall. And rest. We're back to the top. Squats or sit to stand. All right, either you can use that one leg. Not really one leg, we have a tap down toe. So one leg is in front, my toe is tapped down beside the heel, and now I'm slowly lowering into the chair, coming up with control, or coming up with a little bit of power. Control, 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 sitting down, come up with power. Remember, have your chest lifted here. I want to be able to see what's written on your shirt. Great job. And if you need both feet parallel, you're not quite ready to do the one leg yet, that's okay. Do both feet parallel. Check your knee here, make sure it's in line with your second and third toe as you're sitting. Last one, rest. All right, just switching to the other leg. If you were squatting with both legs together, then you're just going to continue that. Slow it down if you need to. Take breaks when you need to. All right, remember, knee in line with your second and third toe as you're sitting, as you're slowly sitting. So you don't have to use weights. If you're not ready quite yet to use those to add load, you don't have to. Keep on breathing, in and out. Great job, we're almost there. 14 more seconds or so. I know, sometimes it can feel long. Take breaks if you need it. Last one, and rest. All right, I will show you how to use a weight with this next one. I know I didn't use it the first round, but if you want to add a load. So we are standing to the side of our chair, bending the knee that's furthest from the chair, sending it back a little bit. I have a weight right against my knee here, or my thigh, my outer thigh. Lifting out to the side, slowly back in. Lift out to the side, hold for a second, slowly bring it back in. Upper body straight up toward the ceiling. See about that hand on the chair. See if you can maybe one or two fingers, or maybe hover your hand above the chair this round. Ooh, I need to hold. Because we're on one leg here. This is not an easy round. This is probably your most difficult round, so be glad. It's almost over. Rest. All right, we're going to the other leg. I'm just going to switch the chair to the other side. Ooh, take a nice deep breath in. See how you're feeling. All right, leg that's furthest from the chair. Bend that knee. I also have my foot flexed here, if you're wondering. All right, bringing that leg out to the side. Ooh, I need to regroup. Lost my balance there. If you need to regroup, if you need to set that leg down, go right ahead. Out to the side, hold. Slowly come back in. Out to the side, slowly come back in. And I know that standing leg is doing a lot of work. I know. If you need to rest, go ahead and take the break. We're almost there though. 6 more seconds. Trying to let go of this chair and rest. Whew. All right, we have a 40-second break. So shake those legs out. I know. Maybe shake the hips out a little bit. Take a sip of water. We still have 30 seconds. We will be using our dumbbell or our band for this next set. I will kind of show you two different options here. So with the band, with the dumbbell, it's going to look the same. So just remember that. I'm going to step one foot onto my band. I'm either going to hold the back of the chair or set my hand on the seat of the chair. And then I'm pulling to my pocket and then straight back down. So to the hip. Pull to the hip, squeeze your shoulder blade, and then slowly lower back down. Pull to the hip, even if you have a dumbbell. So if you have a dumbbell in your hand instead of this band, pulling to the hip, slowly lower down. You can also be a little higher. Pull to the hip, slowly lower down. And another option is just to have your hand on that front thigh. You can hinge over slightly here for a little bit extra and rest. Great job. All right, slow. Kind of be careful when you step out of that band. You don't want to trip yourself. We're just going to the other side. Oops. So I'm stepping on the band with my other foot this time. I do have my other foot step back, but you don't have to necessarily. You can keep them together. And either on the seat of the chair or the back of the chair, pulling to the pocket, slowly lower down. Pull to the pocket, slowly lower down. Same thing with the dumbbell. If you have a dumbbell, you might want to be on the seat of the chair because then you can use gravity a little bit. But with the band already has resistance because the further you pull it, the more resistance it has. Keep on breathing. Breathe out as you pull. And then inhale on the way down and rest. All right. Rest, rest, rest. Great job, everyone. We are doing chest press. So you can stand here. You can have the band around your back, up onto the armpits. Or if you want to sit and put it around the back of the chair, that will add a little more resistance. Arms out to the side here. Press forward. And then back out about 90 degrees. Press forward, straight ahead at chest height. Back out at about 90 degrees. Great job. Press forward. And if you want, you can sit right back against the chair. But if you want a little extra core, just kind of bring yourself a little bit forward. And again, you can have it around your back. It doesn't have to be around the back of the chair. If you have it around your back, you might still want to be standing. That's perfectly fine. And rest right here. Great job. All right, we have an upright row. This one might be difficult with the band. You might want to use dumbbells, but you see how you're feeling. I'm going to press one foot on the band, and then I am just bringing my elbows up first. My hands about chest height, and then slowly lower down. Pull, slowly lower down. So my hands are coming maybe to chest height, maybe just below. My elbows are high. Pull your elbows up. So really get those elbows up toward the ceiling without lifting your shoulders. So keep your shoulders down and relaxed. Squeeze your shoulder blades back there. That's what it looks like with the band. With some dumbbells, looks exactly the same. Elbows up first, slowly lower down. Raise, slowly lower down. And rest. Great job. All right, we're back to the top, upright or a dumbbell row. So remember, if you're using the band, you can step your foot on the band and then stepping that leg back, pull to the hip or pocket, the front of your pocket, pull, slowly lower down. Exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. That's with the band. Oops. If you have a dumbbell, it looks exactly the same. So either your hand can be on your thigh, pull to the pocket, slowly lower down. My hand can also be resting on the seat of the chair. It can also be resting on the back of the chair. Pull to the pocket, slowly lower down. Pull to the pocket, slowly lower down. So wherever feels best for you, that's what is best for you. Rest. We're just going to the other side. I'm just going to move my chair, but of course you don't necessarily have to. You could turn around. So remember, if you're using the band, you're stepping a leg in, and then you are pulling that band up to your pocket or the hip, and then slowly lowering. If you want to use the dumbbell this time, or try it if you have dumbbells at home, pull to the pocket, slowly lower down. Pull to the pocket, slowly lower down. And just keep breathing. You can come up a little higher if you need to. Hinge over a little bit here. Slowly lower. Pull to the pocket, squeeze your shoulder blade. Your hand can also be on the thigh. Last one, and rest. Good. All right, we have our chest press. This really does not work with a dumbbell. So either use a band or just don't use anything at all. It can be up under, around your back, up under the armpits. You can stay standing. If you want to use the back of the chair, you can put it around the back of your chair. Start with your hands chest height. Press forward, straighten the elbows. Come back at about 90 degrees out wide. Press forward, come back, nice and slow and controlled. Press forward, slow and controlled back. Great job. And if you're finding it too easy, you can always tighten up and then press forward. You'll feel a little more resistance. Keep on breathing in and out. Inhale on the way back. Exhale as you press. Inhale on the way back. All right, rest. We have upright rows. 1 foot into the band if you're using the band, and you are lifting the elbows up first. So remember, we are bringing the hands up to about chest height or even lower. That's okay. We're standing up nice and straight and tall. Think about elbows coming up first and then slowly lower. Elbows come up. Squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit. Think about your upper back doing the work here. Try to keep your shoulders down. So I don't want you to shrug your shoulders to get the band up higher. No, no, no. If you can only get it to here, that's perfectly fine. You don't want to bring your shoulders up because then the work is becoming a little bit more into your neck. And you don't want that. You want to keep that work in our upper back. If you have dumbbells, the move is the exact same. Same thing, elbows come up first, slowly lower. All right, and be careful as you step out of that band. You don't want to get it stuck under your foot and trip yourself. Take a nice break here. We have about 30 more seconds until our next little exercise. And we're going to alternate the legs in the next exercise. So what you're going to do is you're going to tap back, kind of like you're going to be in a running, like a race position, like you're going to start to race. And instead of taking off, you're just going to bring that knee up with control or with power. Tap back, knee up. Tap back, knee up. We're going to switch to the other leg. Tap back, knee up. Tap back, knee up. Tap back, knee up. Switch to the other leg again. Tap back, knee up. Tap back, knee up. Tap back, knee up. Switching to the other leg last time. Tap back, knee up. Tap back, tap back, and rest. Great job. All right, we have tricep extensions. We're going to grab our band. You can also use a dumbbell here if you have a band. Place it in your hand, grab onto it, put it in front of your opposite shoulder. Now, what's hanging here, we want to grab, bring our elbow back a little bit, and then we're just straightening our elbow, and then bending to about 90 degrees. Straighten, bend to about 90. Straighten, bend to 90. Keep on breathing. You can keep your feet together here if that feels better. If you have one leg tapped back, that's going to challenge your balance a little bit. But I know we've challenged our balance a lot already, so don't feel like you have to challenge your balance in every single exercise here. We're trying to make our whole body stronger so we can get up off the floor easier. We can climb the stairs easier. And rest. All right, we're going to the other side. Grab that band in your other hand. Put it in front of your opposite shoulder. You can grab onto what's hanging here. Get the elbow a little bit back behind you, and then we're just straightening and bending. So we're straightening the elbow, bending back to about 90, and then straighten again. Bend to about 90, and then straighten again. Now, if you bend past the 90, as you can see, I've taken off the tension off my band. It's giving my arm a break. So if you need that break, go ahead. But if you really want to feel this in your tricep muscle, the back of that upper arm, and you really want to try to build that strength, then see if you can just come to 90 degrees, send it right back out. Come to about 90 degrees, send it right back out. And rest. Great job. All right, we have a seated dead bug, I call it. So now there are two different levels here. I'm going to kind of show you. We're going to sit at the edge of our chair. Level 1, arms out straight, keeping the back straight, tap the back of the chair, come back forward. Level 2, same thing, but the hands are crossed at the chest. Level 3, opposite arm, opposite leg, stretch out, come back with power. Opposite arm, opposite leg, come back with power. So inhale on the way back, exhale on the way forward. Inhale on the way back, exhale. Keeping the back nice and straight, so try not to round or arch the back. We're keeping it nice and straight like a board. Back, and come back forward. Rest. Great job. We have that whole thing one more time through. So we're starting with that little bit of a running stance with that power knee. So remember, we're tapping back like we're going to take off running, and then we're going to power that knee up. Tap back, power the knee. Tap back, power the knee. Then we're going to switch the leg that we're doing. So the other leg is going to tap back, power knee. Tap back, power knee. Tap back, power knee. You can even blow out that air. Other leg again. Tap back, power knee. Tap back, power. Tap back, power. Other leg one last time. Tap, power, tap, and rest. Great job on that. All right, we have our tricep kickbacks again. So you can use a dumbbell or the band. I really like the band for this exercise. That's just my opinion. I'm going to double up because my band is quite a light band today. So wrap your hand around it, put it in front of your shoulder, grab what's hanging. All right, we're just sending that elbow or sending that arm back, bending at the elbow. Straightening the elbow, bending the elbow. We're not moving the upper arm at all, just the lower part of your arm. And then we're coming only to 90, sending it right back out. Come to about a 90, send it right back out. Same thing if you have a dumbbell, you're doing the exact same thing. You are just straightening and bending that elbow. We have about 6 more seconds on this side. Almost there. Rest. We're just going to the other side. So I'm putting the band in my opposite hand, placing it in front of my opposite shoulder. So you can either use both together, or you can just grab onto one. But this band is pretty light, so I need a little extra here. So elbow is up behind me, straightening my elbow, bending only to 90. Straighten again. Bend to 90, and then straighten again. I know. I know you're gonna feel the fire in that back of your upper arm, which is your tricep muscle, which is our bat wings. We want to try to strengthen that muscle. We want to strengthen all the muscles in our body so that we can move and enjoy life to its fullest. Keep on breathing here. Last one. All right, we have our dead bugs for the last time. Remember your 3 different options here. So you can sit at the edge of your chair, keeping your back nice and straight, like there's a board, a plank there. You're going back. You can have your arms out, arms here, back, come back forward. You're really going to use your abs here. And then if you want to, opposite arm, opposite leg, stretches out, come back with power. Opposite arm, opposite leg, blow out the air. Inhale on the way back, exhale on the way forward. Remember, you can always take this option. If your back is hurting at all, this is the option for you. And maybe not even go back as far. You can just go back a little ways, come back forward. You should feel your core engaged right away. And rest. All right, we have another 40-second break. We only have one more group of work to do. One more with 4 exercises, twice through, then we're done for today. How are you feeling? Scale from 1 to 10. I'm working at that 5 to 6 range, I would say. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. We have lateral arm raises next. So if you've never done this, I would say do this with nothing. See how it feels. You're going to need to go lighter. So we're just going to bring our hands out to the side of our body with just a pretty straight arm here. A slight bend in the elbows. And they don't have to go straight out to the side. You can kind of have them coming a little bit forward, not much. You're really just trying to bring them out to the side. You should feel that muscle on the side of your shoulder light up. I'm going to show you what it looks like with dumbbells, but honestly, if you have never done this, don't try to do it with dumbbells just yet, or use maybe soup cans, like a light weight, and rest. All right, great job. Next exercise we have are bicep curls. So if you have a band, you can step into the band, bring your hands up towards your shoulders, straight back down. If you want to use dumbbells, you certainly can do that as well. So we're just going to bring the hands up toward our shoulders, slowly lower down. Up toward the shoulders, slowly lower down. Keeping the elbows by our side the whole time. Elbows should be pointing toward the floor. So if they ever come out here, they're not pointing toward the floor. Now they're starting to point over there. You want to keep them straight down toward the floor. Think about pushing your elbows down toward the floor as your hands come up toward your shoulders. So that will really put the work into your biceps, is where we want it to be. Let's try one more. And rest. Great job. All right, we have a little bit of balance work for our last little bit here, the last 2 exercises. We're going to do it on each leg. So the leg that's furthest from the chair, we're going to tap forward, then tap to the side, tap across the body, and then back. Tap forward, tap side, tap across the body, tap back. I'm losing my balance here, so you might need the chair. Tap forward, side, across the body, tap back. Tap forward, side, across the body, tap back. And then if you want to hover that floor, forward, side, across the body, tap back. You're certainly welcome to. You can have 1 or 2 fingers on that chair. Maybe just hover the hand above the chair. And my whole entire foot is burning there. Rest. We're going to the other leg. Take breaks when you need to. If you need to just tap the floor with your foot, Instead of hovering, that's perfectly fine if you need to hold the chair a little bit. Remember, we want that challenge to our balance to be a 5 to 6. All right, we're tapping forward, side, then across the body in the front, and then to the back. Tap forward, side, across the body, back, forward, side. I have a little bit better balance on this side, it seems. Across the body to the back. I'm going to try hovering. Hover forward, hover side, hover across the body, and back. Hover forward, side, across the body, back. Remember, you can always tap forward, tap side, across the body, and back, and rest. One more round of those exact same 4 exercises. So we first have lateral raises. Now, if you have too heavy of a weight, our tendency is to shrug our shoulders. We don't want to shrug our shoulders. So don't use any weight at all. See how it feels first. And then come back down. Come out to the side. Come back down. Keep your shoulders down. Now, if you want to add a couple of soup cans, maybe 3-pound weights, 5-pound weights, something light, because our shoulders are a smaller muscle. Keep on breathing here, in and out. And we want to be able to hold that weight up there a couple of seconds without our shoulders taking over, right? We don't want to shrug the shoulders. So we want the outside of our shoulder doing the work, not our neck. Rest. Great job. All right, we have our bicep curls next. I'm just going to hold on to these weights. You can also place your foot into a band and bring the hands up toward the shoulders and down. My hands are going to face outward, keeping the elbows facing down toward the floor. Then the hands are coming up toward the shoulders, slowly lower down. Up toward the shoulders, slowly lower down. Watch my elbows. They are staying pointing to the floor. So think about pushing them down toward the floor as your hands come up toward the ceiling. Don't let them come back. Don't let them go forward like this. Nope. We want to make sure our elbows stay facing or pushing down toward the floor the whole time. Give that little cue in your head. Push the elbows down toward the floor. Elbows down, 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 hand rest. Okay, good job. All right, we have that one more balance exercise. Woo, I've got a little bit of sweat going on here. So if you want to grab your chair, you can use it for balance, but remember, you can hold it 1 or 2 fingers. All right, we're tapping front, side, across the body, and back. Same leg, front, side, across the body, and back. And if you go slower, it's going to be more difficult. So think about challenging what's going to challenge your balance. You can also hover that hand above the chair. Woo. You can hover the leg as well if you want to try hovering the leg above the chair, or above the floor, sorry. Hand above the chair. Maybe 1 or 2 fingers if you need it. Tap down when you need to. Rest. Just going to the other side. And then we are done our strength portion and balance portion, but you need to stick with me because we're going to cool down. All right, other side, we just have that one more leg to do. Tapping front, side, across the body, and back. Nice and slow and controlled. All right, here we go. Front, side, across the body, and back. Great job. Front, side, across the body, and back. Remember, you can have 1 or 2 fingers on that chair. Maybe you want to try hovering your hand above the chair. Or maybe you want to try hovering the leg above the floor with 1 or 2 fingers on that chair. Whatever challenges your balance, you can try all kinds of different kind of combinations of those things. There's our yeehaw. That means the workout is done. Take a nice deep breath in and out. and we're just gonna have a seat. If you need to grab a drink, go ahead and have a sip of water. And we're just going to bring our body into the chair. Have a nice little rest for a second here. If you need a sip, go ahead. We're gonna turn sideways in the chair for our first stretch. So we're turning sideways. You can hold the back of the chair if you need to. We're gonna have one butt cheek on, one off. Slide that leg back, and then squeeze your glutes here. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Push your hips forward a little bit. You should feel a nice stretch down the back, down the front of your leg. And just hold, 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 hold. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through a tiny straw. Purse your lips. In through the nose, out through that tiny straw, nice and slow. Bring that leg back in. We're just gonna turn. And in your own time, we're just facing the other direction here. You can hold the back of the chair. One butt cheek is on, one is off, sliding that leg back. Again, squeeze your glutes and push your hips forward. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Should feel that nice stretch down the front of your leg. Again, nice deep breath in through the nose, out through that tiny straw. In through the nose, slowly out. One more deep breath. Good. All right, we're just gonna sit forward in our chair. Straighten one leg out to the front. So I have my heel down, toe up, hands on my bent knee here. Then we are gonna hinge from our hips, bring our chest forward, keeping your back nice and straight, just until you feel a stretch down the back of your leg, and hold there. Take some nice deep breaths again, in through the nose, out through that tiny straw. And once you know this stretch, try to get your head in line with your spine. Bring that leg in. Just gonna straighten the other leg, heel down, toe up, hands on your bent knee here. Again, we're gonna hinge from the hips and bring our chest forward, nice straight back, just until you feel a stretch down the back of your leg. Hold there. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through that tiny straw. That will signal to your body it's time to relax, time to rest. Flush all the cortisol out. Cortisol? I think it is. And cortisol is okay for your body while you're exercising. It's okay. It's okay for those levels to creep up. And then we just want to bring them back down to normal. Bring that leg back in. And we are just going to keep both butt cheeks on the floor, on the chair here, while we lift one arm up, right up toward the ceiling, and then lean over slightly. I'm just going to put my hand on the edge of the chair here as I lean over to keep myself from falling over. So I'm just pressing up, 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 and just leaning over slightly, keeping both butt cheeks on the chair. Nice deep breath in, really try to open up through the rib cage, and then out through that tiny straw. One more deep breath, and out. Bring that arm back down. Just gonna do that on the other side. Straight up toward the ceiling first, and then slightly lean over. You should feel a good stretch down the side of your body here. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open up through the rib cage, and then out through that tiny straw. Bring that arm back down. Good. All right, let's just press the arms back toward the back wall. You can kind of open up through the biceps and the chest here. Take some nice deep breaths again, in through the nose, out through that tiny straw. Bring the hands forward, clasp your fingers together. You can keep them facing you or face away, whatever feels best. Open up kind of through your upper back, so just round the upper back slightly here. Feel that nice stretch in your back. Nice deep breaths in and out. Bring the arms back down by the side. Just going to bring one arm forward, across the body, wrap the other arm around, pull it toward you, keep your shoulder down. And you should feel a nice stretch behind your shoulder. Keep on breathing in and out. It's time to kind of calm down, relax. Good, let's go to the other arm. First, we bring that arm straight out in front, across the body. Wrap the other arm around and pull it in toward you gently, keeping your shoulder down. Should feel a nice stretch in the back of your shoulder. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through that tiny straw. Bring that arm back down. Let's just keep our shoulders down and relax now. We're just going to bring one ear toward one shoulder, but keep your shoulders down. You can cradle your head in your hand if you're finding the stretch is just too much for your neck on that side. Go ahead and cradle your head. Now, if you want, you can bring your chin down on that side. Your eye gaze will go down to the floor on that side. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. On your next exhale, bring your head back up to neutral, nice and slowly. Reset your shoulders. Bring the other ear toward the other shoulder. You can cradle your head in your hand if you need to here. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through that tiny straw. You can bring your chin down on that side if that feels okay. Eye gaze will go down toward the floor. On your next exhale, bring your head back up to neutral. Let's just take one nice deep breath in through the nose. Bring the arms up overhead. Exhale. Let it all go. Great job, everyone. I will see you next time, and have a great day. Bye.